Hey guys, quick update and what I'm going to be working on a little bit tonight. So the violin has yellow all the way around, first coat. Still didn't take this yet, but I'm going to do that tonight as well. Then this side's fairly smooth, but this side has some rough spots, so I'm going to go back over it with some of the micro mesh and then put another coat on. For the Blue Meanie here, I did do a little bit of research, looked at my Gibson and everything. It looks like the whole... Alright, so you see these guys move. They're attached. Oh, let me see if I can get this guy out here. Ooh, there you go. Alright, I'll show you how these things work. There you go. Okay. Alright, so... these are Grover tuners. Yep, just double checking. So this part goes through this open hole, and when you turn this, it's got a geared mechanism, not unlike a rear differential in a car. So it makes it easier to turn. But as you can see, the little, let me see right there. There you go. Sorry, I got a light in the TV right there, but see how this, as I turn this, that little hole goes around, and that's what tightens and loosens the strings. Now they go through and they basically get attached from the other side with this little hollow. It looks like a hollowed out bolt with a washer, so that goes through there like this, and then this inside part is threaded too, so then that goes together like that. But then once you get it in, so once you get it in, you have to line these guys up, trying to get them even. These guys aren't yet. You can clearly see this guy's up there. Okay, when you get this the way you want, I'm going to go back with, well, let's say a pencil, but it's kind of hard to see. A lighter color ink, and I'll, put it right through that little spot right there, so I can take these or move these guys out the way, and do a tiniest drill bit with the screw in there. But here's the thing: is I looked at the other ones in this mounting part. There you go. You can see it right there. Should be down here. So that guy. I'm going to take these guys off. They all need to come off. Okay, so these... I mean, I'm sure it's not going to cause any issues if I do, but I just want to be as close to authentic as possible. This guy comes out. Joking. Alright, so that guy's out. We got that size open. I'm trying to keep them, and you guys can see here, as I take them off, I keep them in order, and then I'll put the other ones on the other side, because basically when you turn these guys around, so like, here, let me flip this guy out here. Here we go. Sorry, that was kind of crazy. Alright. So if I were to just flip that top one around to where the hole was at the bottom, the peg itself would be on the inside. So that's why they are directional, and it is important. Here we go. So then go back through, and then so that this little part right here, the hollow thing, actually comes from the top, kind of sandwiches it in between the headstock wood, and then you got to screw it in to kind of solidify them out, because as tight as these guys were when I put them on, they still like to spin. So it's not because it's a cheap tuner, because Grovers are really nice. So I'll put that there. So happy when I was afraid all the parts that came with it were going to be crummy, but then I saw Grover tuners, and that's actually what I have on my 46 Gibson when my grandfather redid it. So I was like, oh, that's a good name right there. This guy comes out. Down to the final one. There you go. Yeah, I'm still doing research on the correct wiring, because it didn't come with a schematic or anything to kind of help that out. So they it looks to be like they kind of assume that everybody knows what they're doing. Alright, so this guy was over here with the hole up on the bottom. So what we're going to do, flip it around. That's all there is to it. Flip it around. Doesn't matter if it's centered as I tighten this thing down. Like I said, it still will probably, once I get it screwed into place, then I'll come back here with the tiniest little wrench and just tighten it down. So there's no wobble. See, right now I can't tighten it really anymore by hand, so a little bit. So I'm going to come back and tighten it up. There we go. Awesome. Alright, next. Oh, there's the wrong one. Dum, bum, 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 bum. Sorry, I was just watching Superman, so now the theme's in my head. There you go. Second guessing myself again, guys. There it is. I'm going to be careful, especially with, you know, this looks like brass or bronze, but it's not. But still, if you're doing this with a soft metal, you can just break this stuff off. Alright, next. Decide I'm just going to grab one and see where it needs to. Oh, this one's one of these guys. Weird thing is with these guys turned around, these guys are pretty high up, so I kind of just want to, once I get them on there, I'm going to just look into it. I'm always of the mindset, measure twice, cut once, and that kind of, you know, anecdotal for, or analogy, if you will. The, just preparation, get everything prepared as well you can. Ooh, that guy doesn't like to stay up there. You know, because it's easier just to research everything first. Again, the building guitars is a little bit new to me. I do a lot of other string instruments, but I always just want to make sure I have it authentic looking. Which this guy has been getting a lot of attention. So I'm excited. I hope it works. I already had some people that I used to live around and work with asking me if I could do one for them. I was like, whoa guys, this is #1. So we don't even know if it's going to turn out well. So I don't want to make that promise before I know this stuff actually works. And my wife had a funny joke about this. She goes, well, if it doesn't work, it's going to be the prettiest wall hanger you've ever seen. She got a point. Okay. I'm going to tighten these guys all the way down. Oh, and I can't even drill these holes tonight because my little man is already sleeping. Said he saw this guitar on the table, even though it didn't have any strings, he was trying to strum it with his fingers. Just let it go, just him living his best life, playing the music that he hears in his head. Alright, so this guy's on. I didn't tighten him all the way down, so once I do, line it up, mark the hole. There you go. That is super loose. Wow. No, alright. So I'll finish that up later. So right there against my violin. Alright. Back to the wonderful world of yellow paint. So, again, the first thing I'm going to do is go back through. Just really lightly, just to take that and make it smooth so I can spread the... Oh, let me try to get you guys a little better view here. I wish I could, I should just get a GoPro. I'll lean it up here so you can see what I'm doing. See, it's still got a nice shiny clear coat, but oh, it actually worked. Some grittiness, roughness around here. So I don't want to go all the way through that clear coat. I just want to get it smooth so I can easily spread the next layer around. It's all in the prep, guys. It doesn't matter if these guys are like circular. Or, oh, that just made me think of Karate Kid. Doesn't matter if it's wax on, wax off. Or Pete the Fence going up and down like this. You just want it smooth, that's all. The best way to get the end result looking as good as you want it to. Yeah, I'm barely adding pressure, I'm just going around. There's another spot down here. Something right there. It's so weird, sometimes you gotta kind of look with your hands, you know? You gotta be able to feel what it's supposed to be like. Kind of gauges here. Good. A lot of the times over that purfling, it'll continue to be gray. Right down here. Yeah, this guy's a little bit weird spot right there. And my wife has a hard time trying to wrap her head around why it's yellow, but it's kind of a, you know, just a layered look with some wear on it to make it look a lot older than it is. Okay. Oof. Yeah, it's got a spot on there, man. These guys are always the hardest, the little ribs. And I almost felt like Bob Ross right there. Just a happy little accident. Happy little tree. Kids, you don't get that reference, go ahead and ask your parents. Getting there, guys. Alright, so I'm going to finish going through this. Then I'll put on some color, hang it up in the garage, and you guys will see it on the next check-in. Have a good one, guys.